Hi, this is Freya from Otherworldly. I've been a fan of Fanatik for quite a while now. There are various rocks, for example. I use their low photon system of rocks, which has various textures in a number of places on our sim, building up various things with those. And I've also got their fabulous castle build, the medieval village set, and various other bits and pieces. They're really well textured, very atmospheric. Sometimes I feel like maybe they could have some more options in terms of retexturing and so on. A lot of the times they are a little big to start off with, but you can generally size them down and they work fine. So for the most part, they're working really well for me, and I've had gotten a lot of mileage out of them for various photo opportunities and things like that. And I said for prettying up the sim as well. So they recently put out a new release, and it is part of one of their bigger systems, so to speak. They have this cave system, and it has there's a base pack, and then there's these various add-ons. And now I don't actually own the cave system as a whole. It's fairly pricey. I think it has something like 50 pieces in it, so I quite understand why. I just haven't been able to justify it for photo opportunities. I've got some ideas for how I could use it, so maybe I will get around to it eventually. But I really have liked some of the add-ons that they've shown, and certainly the add-ons work better if you use them with the whole system. But the one that they've released just now is where we are at the opening of here. We've got this little mouth into a cave, and I'm going to slide in slowly here, and you can see that this fabulous chamber here is obviously inspired by Petra in Jordan. I believe it's like a merchant city, and it used to have a big a market in there and various things. So but obviously what most people know about it is this the amazing gates built into the rock, and that's what they've replicated here. The actual Petra is in a sort of a desert valley, so it doesn't have rocks all around like this. Here you have more of a hidden chamber that you would reach. Well, obviously, as you could see here, when you come at it through the entrance here, you would come through another cave or something, and then you come in here, and then you get this fabulous view. I mean, just look at it. Look at the detailing here. So basically, when I saw this, I immediately knew that I had to have it. And let's go in here and just have a look here at the detail that they've put in up here. That's just fabulous. Various decorations on these columns, and I think there's even some on the back walls here that would need more illumination. So yeah, I debated for a little while and then realized, no, I really gotta have this one. I will figure out later on, basically, if I'm gonna get the rest of the system to be able to build up a whole cave system. But I certainly needed this, and I can definitely think of a bunch of different photos to do in here. I love this detail here with these. Are they supposed to be steps or little holes? Maybe they're supposed to be little holes, and the walls are little chambers or something. Very cool. And then of course you have a door here, so you can, because this door will open, and right now it opens onto well, the outer world, which is what you wouldn't really expect. So this should probably open to some other sort of underground or hidden city or something like that. That would be the perfect thing to do with it. So obviously doing a roleplay build with something like this, where you have a cave system that you come through this, and then it opens up into some other build on the other side. And I'm thinking I might have some other pieces from. I've been collecting various sim building things, and I think certainly I could combine something with that. I will give you a look as well at basically why you really can't use this entirely as a standalone. I mean, you can if you do photos from the inside, but from the outside you'll see that obviously you're supposed to have other things around it, because the prims on the outside are invisible, to cut down on so the weight of the build. And here you can see what this door looks like from the outside. So yes, you could have this then be an entrance through something. But this of course should be the main entrance. And I've added these torches. They're actually from Anachron, and I just which is rebranded now as a Dreaming Thicket for the fantasy pieces. So I thought having some additional light in here for my intrepid explorer. And I've got a couple of other new things that I decided to showcase at the same time. So for example, I'm wearing a pair of new applier tights from Sensifine for We Love Roleplay for the current round. And the top is also from Sensifine, an older release. The boots are from Lassitude and Ennui. And then we have this little circle here of dirt and this little pile of dirt here. And these are actually from Paper Moon for the Nightmare in Orleans game. I think it's like a mystery game done by MadP. And this is various types of dust that Paper Moon has put out for wooden rituals. So they have various different meanings, and with each set you get a jar, which I didn't include, a pile of dust, and then this circle. So I've decided here to stay inside this protective circle, which you can never be safe enough when you're exploring old caves and ruined cities, because you will probably start digging up unspeakable horrors at any moment. Which just reminds me of there's these two articles. They're old now on the Onion, about which connect to archaeology, and I have a background in archaeology studies, and one of them is about an archaeologist who is tired of constantly unearthing unspeakable horrors. I just wanted to rearrange these pottery shards. I didn't realize it was gonna spell out the name of a long lost high priest and call forth his ghost. And then the other one is about how archaeologists in Egypt discovered this village full of skeleton people, because all they dug up was skeletons. But yes, completely on a tangent, but that's the sort of things that being in a ruin like this, or a hidden city like this, makes me think about that. And of course Indiana Jones, also an archaeology connection, of course, might have something to do with each other. But that's a lot of rambling for me. And then I thought I would also give you a look, but this is not really a skin review, but I am wearing one of the new skins for the skin fair from 7 Deadly Skins. And they put out, they do their appliers as suited for particular heads, but they are all Omega. So that's great, because here I am using it on my Freya head from Lightstar, one of my favorite heads from Lightstar, not just because of the name. I think it works really beautifully, and it has a lovely profile, which I'm just gonna have to show you again. There we go. And then this hair from Wasabi Pills, which I have shown before. Funnily enough, I'm now wearing the Freya head and the Linda hair, so this is all very a me day, and then we're talking about archaeology, maybe a bit self-centered today. Anyway, I hope you've had a really nice look now at this. I'm gonna go around again just to give you another feel of this chamber. As you can see, it's got a lot of space, a lot of detailing. You could have other things inside here, of course. I mean, this is there is some landscaping too, as in this is supposed to be somewhat man-made, I think. And then you got the steps up here, so you could certainly set all sorts of role play scenarios here and use it as part of a larger construction. And I definitely think that if you have any sort of interest in having a hidden parts to a sim, caves, do check out the Fanatik cave system. There's an underground lake which has some poses. There's both a PG and an adult version. There is a crypt chamber, which also would be really a cool room for roleplay or photo opportunities. You know, you need to be clever with lighting. And I think it's one that looks a bit like an old mine. And then the cave system itself looked, from the display that I looked, really versatile. That it has a lot of pieces in it, and you can be really creative with it. Yes, you'll need your own sim probably, and you'll need a lot of free prims. But you know, with the new allotments that came out, gosh, it's probably a year ago now, isn't it? There should be plenty of time to play around. So I hope you have enjoyed this look at the Petra Chamber edition for the cave system from Fanatik. Until the next time.